Hello everyone, this is gonna be a bit special video. I've never done this before, but I've always wanted to try and do something like this. I'm gonna be reviewing one of my games that I just played on Mercy and try to point out my mistakes, but also my thought process when playing this character and what I look for and what I think are very important if you want to become a better Mercy player. First and foremost, a bit about myself. I have been playing this game for a long time now. Since Overwatch 1, basically. I don't think you can see your past results, but I've always mained Mercy. Let's see. Yeah, quite a bit. And this is not counting the Overwatch 1 time, as you can see. I've peaked High Master, so as you can see. And I think I have accumulated a lot of knowledge that can be useful. So we're gonna go over this. Let's get going then. So, we are on Havana. This map is pretty rough. You've got long sight lines, which means that spam is gonna be pretty bad from the hit scan characters. I'm just gonna lower the volume a bit. And for Mercy, is that good or bad? I don't really know. I dislike that style of gameplay where both teams just poke at each other. But as you can see, we're running a weird comp, I'd say. Torb with Ball. So Ball is gonna be pretty much playing on his own. And as a Mercy, you're not gonna interact much with him. He's gonna play mostly with packs. And the healing is gonna receive it from Ana, because Ana's the long range that can heal him without taking much risks. So me as a Mercy right now, what I'm looking at is both my DPS and who is the most, the best, I guess, target to damage boost, which would be Soldier, logically. So let's see what happens. Nothing out of the ordinary. Here I just heal the spam from out of the spawn gates. And I just, you know, follow the Soldier. But he gets overzealous, gets hooked by the hog. And so we're a bit of a stalemate here. I tried to look for res, which, honestly, you should not do what I just did here. I hesitated way too long whether or not I wanted to res around here. I was like, should I go for it or not? You know, assessing this situation and stuff. I see that the hog is not pushing really on the corner, so at this point here, I want to do it. But the thing is, I have wasted too much time, and the hook is off cooldown now. So when I dash in, I actually get in a pretty bad situation where a hog could have hooked me. But thankfully, he was aiming at the Torbjorn, so he didn't really see me when I went forward. So in the end, I didn't die, but very bad. Move out of the gates. You should not do this. This is a pretty good counter example. We get a good sleep here, good nade, so our Ball goes in with pile driver, which is pretty good. Engage, if you think. We didn't get much out of it. So yeah, I just healed Ball because it's the only one taking damage, really. And he was in a pretty bad position, I mean. Now our Soldier has switched to Hanzo. Hanzo is also a pretty good target for damage boosting. He is... You can treat him as a weird hitscan. He plays the same as Soldier and McCree now. So you're gonna want to damage boost him, especially when he uses Storm Arrow, because you can make his headshots one-shots. Editing Psycho here. I just want to point out something that I do a lot on Mercy that I didn't really talk about in this video, and you can see me using it a lot in this part here, is that I use... I don't know if it has a name or not, but your beam, when you're healing or damage boosting someone on your team, you will continue healing and damage boosting them when they get out of your range. Or your sightline. And I abuse this here to get the most cover I can out of this fight. And I think it's something very important, and then you should abuse it if you're a Mercy player. As you can see, I don't really care about Ball much, because one other thing you want to look at as Mercy is if when you play with Ana especially, you want to give most of the healing to Ana that is not critical. What I mean by critical is that if it's not urgent, like the ball was in a pretty safe spot. Can I go back a bit? As you can see here. Oh, not back enough. There we go. The ball here is out of sightlines of the enemies. He's not gonna take damage, so I don't really go out of my way to heal him. The only target that can hit him is Hog. He gets hooked, comboed, but he's fine because Ana is healing him. He's the only one taking damage in our team. Both our DPS are out of the enemy sightlines, and as you can see, both tanks are the only targets that are engaging in fights, direct fights. So I give Ana most of the healing, so we have an advantage on nano boost. As you can see, our Ana has more percentage. Is that the difference? Surely not, but every bit of difference matters, you know. So it's one thing you can look forward to. Pretty standard stuff. I keep pocket him. Here, as you can see, I ignore the ball. I give most of the healing to Ana. And look at this, we have a 10% advantage on Nano. He's antied, so I'm gonna help her a bit here. But still, my focus is on our DPS. Our DPS are your focus. The DPS, I mean, are your focus as a Mercy, especially with the comp we're running. Both teams are running pretty poke heavy comps, so you're gonna be pretty static as Mercy here. As you can see, I've not used shift in like a minute because we are just looking at each other and trying to see which team is gonna out DPS the other. Except for Ball. As you can see, I helped Ball kill Ashe. And here I look for the res. This res is pretty risky. I think I go for it, if I remember correctly. But as you can see, the moment I helped the Ball, our Torb died. Which might have been a difference if I helped him, but, you know. That's what I mean, you have to stick with the DPS. Here I go for the res because it is a pretty good spot. The cart covers me a lot, it gives me a lot of protection, of cover. And I know most of their team are, well, poke, so they're not gonna flank me. And especially, other thing, I think Hog hooks here. Or he did hook it, I'm pretty sure. So that gives me a certainty that he's not gonna go around the corner and hook me the second he hears me start to res. So I res Torb, and I pocket him. I hard pocket him. Especially since our Ana just nano boosts him. And we kinda rolled them here. Because our Ana used their nano boost, I Valked to secure the push. And here we have a very good ult advantage. Let's talk about a bit of Valk usage. Was this Valk needed? Maybe not. Pretty sure it wasn't. Thing is, I Valk before she nanos. So a Valk is a very weird ultimate. It's not like the other ults in this game. You don't get value the second you use it. A lot of ults in Overwatch, you get instant value the second you use it. Nano boost, you get burst healing. And then you have the damage boost and the damage resistance and stuff. Let's see, what are ults? A rally, you get the armor instantly, and then you can get more value out of it too. Minefield. The most important stuff with Minefield is the combo with Pile Driver. Yes, you have the Minefield afterwards, but most likely the kills you're gonna get with it are instant. And especially with support ults, like Trance, you get the burst healing, you negate ultimates with it. But Valk, you get value while using it. So it's a lot of different of a mindset you have to use with this ult. So yeah, maybe this was unneeded, but you never know. I popped Valk, she popped Nano, and it's enough. Because our Torb was pretty good. He was hitting his shots. And then we just, you know, we clean up. Our DPS were pretty good. As you can see, I hang out a lot with Torb and not Hanzo. Because there is something that I think is pretty important as a Mercy player. Yes, there are characters that you should be pocketing out of the gates, like Cassidy, Hanzo. All those hitscan characters are very good targets for you to damage boost. But you also need to realize who is playing hot in your game. And Torb is not a target that you would think is a good damage boosting target. But during this game, our Torbjorn was playing pretty hot. So I hang out with him a lot. Not here because he's throwing the game. But I enabled him because he was playing pretty well. Here he's just, I don't know, he ran in against their whole team for some reason. At this point, our Hanzo tries a bit of a flank on Brig, which is a good try, but he misses shots and then just gets hooked and dies. He's nano boosted though. That's normal. Same goes for Ana, not really savable. But then you can use your tricky movement to escape out of it. And we punish the overextension. This Bob is pretty bad. Thankfully our Ana, very good reactions. Here, I mean, she should have been punished, but I overextend here. Like an idiot. I kill her, but I die here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So this... There's a lot more to say than just, oh my god, I threw the game. As Mercy, you see a lot more of the game than other people in your team. You are kind of the supervisor. You have a lot less to do. Like aiming, you don't really have to aim much during the fight. So you see more of the game info. And this Ana, as you can, not Ana, this Ashe, as you can see, I'm the only one to see that she is here and overextending. So I ping her to my team, wishing that they would react. And sadly our tank dies, and our Torbjorn Ana didn't really see her. And it's out of frustration that I push like this and kill her. Well, you say, yeah, 1 for 1. It's really nice. Can I go... Hold on. I want to go free cam. Can I do that? Oh, okay. I figured it out. You can't really control the camera if you have the bar open. Okay. So, what was I saying? Yes. Mispositioning. So let's go back a bit in time and see this from another angle. A bit too late. Here we go. So you see, I see the Ashe, I want to punish her, we lose the tank, and I overextend by dashing in. I kill her. Yes, but this position is pretty bad. I tried to duel the Hanzo, which is not a good idea. I was on low health and he had just used Storm Arrow. I should have just dashed instantly. Maybe I would have survived if I dashed instantly. Most likely. But this is still a risky play. I shifted towards 2 DPS, which is no go. Even though I killed one. If they were better, I would have just died. And from this angle, even Ana is trying to kill me. Maybe they'll get her killed, but not a good idea. So I tried to do a tricky movement, but I still end up dying. So this was a pretty preventable death. Okay, here I come back, and I want to give you guys a bit of a tip. When you come back from spawn like this, don't just AFK or think about something else. Press tab and look at your team's ultimate. Try to see what's coming, what we have available, and try to remember what ults have been used by the other team. This is very important as Mercy, because Mercy has a lot of downtimes. Like I said, you are a character that sees more stuff, more info compared to other, because you don't have to aim and other stuff like this. Thing is, we are rolling them right now, so we are playing very aggressively. Our ball is pretty good, he's not dying. Here Ana nanos our ball for survival, which is not very good. He would have survived, but thankfully he makes it work by just being coated. Once again, helping your DPS is important here, but I make a choice here. I prefer to save Ana over Widow, which is logical. Ana has way more impact. Thing is, in the heat of battle, maybe Ana was safe. She most likely was. So I could have saved Widow instead. But in those split seconds, I chose to heal Anna instead of Widow. Thinking she was in danger, but she was actually pretty safe, so the play would have been to heal Widow.
Heroes never die.
Here I pop Valk, because even though Hanzo's dead, I feel like this is hugely winnable. Our tank is on payload, Torb is too. Yeah, and here, as you can see, damage boosting Torbjorn is making quick work of the Hog. We're playing very aggressively. And sadly Torb dies for it. But our respawn points are just right there, so this is very good for us. We can afford to play this aggressively. They use a weird window here. They don't really get anything out of it. And at this point, there's not much you have to do here as Mercy. I'm surviving. My team is popping off. But most importantly, in these stages, you have to like take into account ults. Like I said, downtime. I don't have much to do here to just provide value. So I think about ultimates. Their support just kind of trolls here. He's tilted most likely, so he just goes for duels. He actually gets Torb. Here this res is bad. Honestly. Well, I died, so pretty easy to see that. I could not have saved Torb. Which is bad. But here I just blindly go for the res. Without knowing the state of the battlefield. As you can see, I was busy helping Torb for like the last 5 seconds. So I didn't know what was happening in the front lines, I mean. So when the tank dies, I just blindly go in and res. Which is bad. You shouldn't do that because, well, as you can see, Tracer's here, and I die for it. I almost could have survived, but you should not do this. So here in my mind, I've switched a bit. We're not playing poke against poke anymore. They have switched to very flanky composition. Sombra, Tracer, Lucio, and they're all flanking. So right now what I'm doing is still, once again, I'm just helping my DPS getting more value. You're an enabler as Mercy. So I'm helping Torbjorn playing in front lines, but keeping an eye on Sombra. She wants to kill Hanzo every time. So I do this all the time. I just turn around, see what Hanzo's doing, and also keeping an ear. Sombra makes herself very clear when she goes out of stealth. You can hear her. So you should use that. So here we fight, I pop Valk because I feel like this is a pretty good fight to pop Valk. It's weird. I'm trying to explain when you should pop Valk or not. Because I do it pretty much what's the word? Instinctually? Yeah, something like that. We just use nano. We have a kill. And I feel like to counter their nano, I pop Valk here. Sadly, Hannah dies, but once again, this res is pretty risky, but think about it, it's all actually pretty safe. Our Anna gets hooked and killed, right? But the positioning here actually makes it pretty safe for me to res, because our Torb is nano boosted, he's just ulted, so this is a no-go zone for the enemy team. The Hog just hooked. Well, yes, he's nano boosted. But this makes it pretty safe for me to dash in and actually use the cover, the natural cover of the map. So their DPS cannot see me, the Lucio cannot see me, and the cart is giving me good cover for any character that could be playing from here. And I pretty much know everyone from their team is right there. No one is on the higher ground. So this is a pretty safe res. And as you can see, I res pretty easily. The Hog could have probably pushed forward to punch me. He only tried to trap me. Let's see. Could he have pushed me? Yeah, most likely he could have. If he didn't tunnel vision Torb. So it was a bit risky. But I will say something. I think, that's my opinion, that every res that is impactful is not safe, or has a level of risks to it. And you have, as a Mercy player, you need to assess this risk, and you have to take the chances when they offer. And like this is a pretty big push. It could be the final push, and Torb, I mean, not Torb, Anna is very important here. So I take the chances, I take the risk, because I know I can go back and use a natural cover. And because it is a risky res, it has a lot of impact. It's like if you're defending on the first point and your Widow dies to the Widow duel, you can res her. It's not very impactful, but you can res her pretty safely. You see what I mean? The more risk a res has, most likely it is gonna have the most impact. It's not... I mean, it doesn't work in every case. If you res your last dying teammate and they're all alive, yes, it's very risky, but it's not gonna have any impact. But you see what I mean? This is a pretty huge res in that situation. So here I continued damage boosting. It's a pretty huge nade. Their tanks are gonna push with ult, but Anna is cracked. And here I'm just trying to wait out the ults, you know? And helping like I can. Their comp is pretty divey, so... if we brawl like this, we're bound to win. So I play the long game. Sadly, Ball dies. So this is pretty bad. Their DPS dive us. I try to make an escape and save Anna, but this is pretty grim. So... I tried to... I chose the easy way out. How could have we won this fight? Difficult. As you can see, our tank was alone against pretty big counter to him, Sombra. We couldn't give him healing, and like I said earlier, in the beginning, as Mercy, you can't really follow Ball everywhere, because you're gonna die. Here, if I go forward, you can see that Hog is just waiting for someone to pick her. He wants it. So sadly, our Torb and Ball are a bit too far forward for us to heal them. And I can heal Torb, but there's no way Anna can get a sideline on Ball. So, like I said in the beginning, Anna is the only one in our team that can provide a good healing to Ball with her range. So I think this fight was pretty doomed at this point. So we lose the brawl, and they clean up. Here I could have jumped, like, instantly. Instead I give a bit more ult charge, but I also get some ult with Blaster, so it's okay-ish. But jumping, choosing to kill yourself on a lost fight is always better. Here Hanzo tries to sneak in, but he actually should have just died because now we're delayed. Which won't matter much, but you know, it's the small things. Let's go back to my view. Okay, here I could have probably pushed forward a bit more, but I was lacking information of what was attacking Ball. As you can see, I'm behind cover. I don't really know what's attacking him, other than Tracer, because I hear Tracer shooting, but I don't know what's behind her. So I don't really peek. I could have been more aggressive here and maybe save Ball, but as you can see, Sombra was just right behind. I would have died to Sombra if I committed harder, and maybe not saved Ball, because Mercy has pretty bad healing. Like, her healing rate is not sure, but it's not good. Against 2 DPS, you're not gonna save that. They choose to make a pretty hard push here. And I make the mistake to dash into my Anna. Let's see. In this position, well, they just used beat. They're pushing pretty hard. It's normal that they get this fight. We're not using ults, they're using ults. If we lose this, it's fine. We have the time. We can afford this. I try to save my Hanzo, but he gets that double dived. And here I could have stayed with Torb on the pack, but I thought he was getting pushed. So that's my bad on vision. They get a pretty big bomb, but it's not... doesn't matter much. Balls goes for a crazy flank here. Does he die for it? Okay, well, what Ball is doing here is not good. He's negating no value because this Tracer kill most likely won't matter.
30 seconds remaining.
But let's see, he is surviving, so maybe it's good. But it gives us space to actually deal with the flankers, which is nice. And we can start the fight with a kill advantage. Here their Ana is fucked. She got cut off pretty badly. Okay, another thing. I don't know if the chat appears. Oh yeah, the whole chat. As you can see, I don't know if... Well, I don't think the chat is timed. But after I died, precisely after the... Where is this? Okay, perfect. Oh my god. Exactly when this happened. The chat is not timed, but... I pressed tab and thought about the ultimates. Like I said, every bit of downtime you have as a Mercy player you want to use, you want to take in what just happened in the last fight, what ults have been used, and what we have. And I know that they used Beat, they used Pulse Bomb, and Ball died to the Hog ult a bit ago. That's why we lost the fight. And I know Sombra has not used EMP, and she has been on Sombra for a while, so I know that EMP is coming. And that's why I told them, my team, EMP is coming. And this can make a huge difference. Because you know it's coming, so you can plan for it. But your team can also know that it's important. Information is very important. But as I said, when EMP happened, I was not surprised. That's why I didn't push aggressively with my team when they all ulted. If we move a bit forward here, we have the kill advantage. Oops. We killed Sombra here actually, so we can play a bit aggressively. And I get cut off by the Aunt's ult. We punish her. I evade the Tracer.
10 seconds remaining.
As you can see, natural cover is your best friend. Tracer doves on me. I cut line of sight with her, and she gets killed.
10 seconds.
So we push aggressively, EMP happens, and I am in pretty safe spot. I'm with the turrets, with my Ana.
Overtime.
We're safe. This res is pretty safe. We have the numbers advantage, their tank is dead. I Valkyrie to secure the point. You are just Blaster because why not? Sadly, we C9. And I realized way too late to C9. So that's unfortunate. But still pretty good run. Okay, now time for defense. As you can see, our comp has not changed much. We have a Widow now, which is pretty standard for this map. In Havana First Point, you're gonna see a lot of Widows. And as a Mercy, you have to take that in mind. As any character, you really do not want to peek on this map, if you don't have to. So I will not show myself at all. I will not peek. As you can see, I just stay there and damage boost the Widowmaker. I want to go a bit into damage boosting. Again, if Widow, typically not a very good target to damage boost. Thing is, this map is so long that her damage will start to fall off around this tree, I'm pretty sure, when she stands there. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have a feeling she has a range here where damage starts to fall off, and her headshots will not one-shot anymore. So giving Widow the damage boost gives her a better chance to one-shot and win the Widow duel. Thankfully here, there is no Widows, but they could have gone Widow. They have Ashe though, and damage boosting a Widow will give her a better chance to win the duel because she also can one-shot the other Widow more quickly. She doesn't have to charge her headshot all the way, which is very good for winning duels. But since they don't have a Widow and they have Ashe, you'll probably quickly see me not pocket the Widow at all, because Widow is a pretty bad pocket choice. Ashe doesn't really engage in much active fighting. And damage boost doesn't really make a difference here. So I stay here because it's pretty safe. But I keep an eye on what's happening below here. I hear that they have Tracer. And no, I don't have Sombra. So here with the dice, I don't really try to save her. I stand here a bit to see if they maybe abandon her corpse, but no. Even though I had ball with me, I prefer to back off here and be very safe. Survival is your most important objective as a support. So you need to know when to take risks. Here, Sombra does a crazy dive, I don't know, and stealth in front of the turret. She got punished pretty easily for that. But as you can see, because I didn't take the risk on the Widow res, I'm able to just chill here. Damage boost Diana so she can build nano quicker. And damage boost the Torbjorn so he can kill Sombra. Unfortunately, he gets hooked. But this res is pretty safe. I know how. So this res is pretty safe. You have the cover. We have the ground. You have the space to do it. It's easy. So here, like I said, you stand with your DPS. You damage boost. Here I damage boost Hanzo because he's in a safer spot for me to damage boost him.
This will just take a moment.
Paddy, I can tap ball over there. Devil area now, so staying here is pretty bad. Here we're a bit on the back foot, so thankfully we choose to go back. We have time, we have space. Our team comes back quickly. And we can scare them off with our damage. As you can see, ball is already there. Another good thing you can do against Sombra with Mercy. Your blaster bullets are so big, it is actually pretty good. It is a pretty good mean to do spy checking, like in Thief 2. As you can see here, bit of downtime. No one's shooting, no one needs healing. I know Sombra just stealthed. I don't know where. So, in case she tries to dive us with her their hog, I just shoot a bit a volley of blaster rounds. And maybe they can stealth her, you know. You never know. Here Hanzo is cooking. Likewise, big ults. Here I do heal ball because he's very low. You still have to watch out for that. You don't want to give Ana hold the healing on the tank. You want to pop Valk before a fight happens. You don't want to be in a fight and realize, oh fuck, I need to pop Valk here. You always want to be what's the word? Clairvoyant, in a way. You know the fight is gonna happen. Actually, Hilary ults right before the fight. So that's a pretty good indicator that, well, I should maybe Valk here.
Heroes never die. Apagando las luces.
I know I can fly like this. Hilary is the only character that can really reliably hit me, as long as I stay out of hook range. I don't go for the res on Ana, which is pretty self-explanatory. She's in a pretty bad spot, in the open, in a space that is controlled by the enemy. Ball is creating a huge amount of space. And here, I realize that I can play here actually, like I said with Hilary. No one can contest me if I play high ground in their team. So I used a bit of the high ground here. This was safe because it's in a controlled area, and we flipped the point. So as you can see, it was a pretty bad fight, but as long as you survive with your other supports, and you play this duo, this tandem, your fights can turn around very, very quickly. Let's watch this fight again, from another perspective. Let's even go back. Here, yeah. So yeah, they ult. D2.
sterben nicht.
I Valk.
Apagandolas useless.
As you can see, they use like... Realistically, they use 3 ults to get 1 kill. Because we just backed off. And use good positioning. They lose Hilary to Torb. And just by playing this corner here, we're making a bunker. Basically playing close to your Torbjorn and your Hanzo. This Tracer has no window to go in and kill us or trying to make some play. And I have enough space. Here it's actually pretty risky. I go here, or the ball needs the healing. So I play up there and play healing from the high ground. Torb goes here, plays the same angle. Hanzo could have been in a bit of a trouble while the turret was covering him, but Tracer and Sombra could have dove him and killed him. But I think this was the right play because I'm pretty sure I saved Bald here by playing this angle. And like I said, no one can really contest me here. Unless he gets a hook on me. Which could have happened. But I try to play as far as I can from Hog. So there's Sombra dies to Torb, Tracer dies to Torb, and I can safely res. And Minefield created enough space for me to res. This was a pretty super easy res. But like I said, as you can see, this was a very safe res because the fight was already won. So this res had basically no impact. Like, yeah, sure, Torb got back quicker. But the fight at this point was already won. As you can see, Tracer died, Hog died. They fall back. So yeah, maybe Torb got there quicker. Which is always nice, but you know, less impact. Less risk, less impact. Here, Anna makes a bit of a mistake. It's nothing really big. But like I said, it's the small things that matters. Our ball plays pretty aggressively here. He takes a pile driver, some bit of damage, and then he falls back with shield and roll. Here are Anna nades, which is fine. But she continues healing him. When she should have given me all the healing because she has nano already built. This is the small things you can do as support to maximize your ultimate. Just realize in times like this is downtime, no one is in danger, no one is really actively fighting. You can distribute dynamically who is healing to get the most ultimate charge possible. And right there, she should have left me healing. Top spoke, we almost get a kill. Now they're running Bastion. So they're not really more divey here. Let's go back to my point of view. Here I realize playing this angle gets very dangerous because they're closing in and you never want to be in range of Hog. You have to treat Hog like he has a ring around him of instant death. If you get into that ring, you could be instantly dead. So as a support, you never want to be in this range most of the time. Especially with Mercy, there's no reason to be in his range. We outspam them, we just play the wrong ranges and win. Because Bolt is creating insane amount of space. Here I play aggressively, because Anna nade, but Suzu is broken. Maybe I could have helped Bolt here, but I was pretty scared. But in the end I get a pretty, almost dangerous res. Yeah, let's get a better angle to this. So we push aggressively, Hog kills with his ultimate, but we revenge him. And here I go for this res, which is pretty safe because the cart is giving me ample cover. And I know their tanks died, so no one is gonna actively contest this, and Torb is giving me some help. But Tracer almost kills me, which is a risk, I'll admit. But I felt like this was a risk that was very safe. Because Anna had no other targets to heal, since our tank is dead, 2 DPS are healthy. She has nothing else to do than healing me. Which I think she does. No, she doesn't. Well. Once again, this res was a bit risky. Maybe too risky. I went for it considering the state of the payload and stuff. And to be honest, the fight was already won.
10 seconds remaining.
But we are in overtime. So numbers matters here, especially a tank. And as you can see now, Torbas died. So we are on a 4v3. Not racing would have been this 3v3. Ashen mows this down. And here I just... We kill him. I think that's GG. I'm pretty sure. Oh, August anti-Volk. As you can see, tanks are very important for these states of the game. So I think Rezing was the right play here. Because he gets minefield. I Volk, and the game ends. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. This was my first time doing this, so this is probably gonna be a bit chaotic. Bit of rambling here and there, me struggling with replay. But I hope you got something of value out of this, and you learned something. Maybe I'll do more in the future. Thank you for watching.